Hello, Ravens fans, and welcome to another Spotlight Ravens series. I'm Aaron Schneider, the Sports Information Director at Anderson University, and joining us for our Spotlight Ravens series interview is our head football coach, Jonathan Coddington. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
First, right. So let's first get into kind of your background. First, let's start. Where are you from?
Yeah, so grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio. Spent most of my childhood there. Came to school out here at Anderson. After graduating, went up to Michigan. Had been living there for about 8 years, and now back here.
All right. Now, in your early roots, what got you into football?
Yeah, so I started playing football when I was 8 years old. Absolutely loved it growing up. Watched it all the time with my family at home, and just even though I was one of the smaller kids around, just absolutely loved the sport, loved the contact of it, loved the strategy of it. Quickly became my favorite sport, and definitely haven't turned back since.
All right, and then you mentioned you're here at Anderson as a student. You played here for a while. What made you choose Anderson?
Yeah, so when I was looking at colleges, I wanted to be at a school where I'd have the opportunity to play football, and then also a school that provided a Christian environment that would help me grow in my faith. And Anderson was definitely that place that provided both of those opportunities, and had so many great experiences here.
All right, now digging into your AU experience, what was your favorite class here at AU?
Favorite class? So I was in the PE teaching department. So we had a lot of really good ones. Some of the different teaching team sports, individual sports, getting to explore all those different ones. Those were definitely some fun ones.
All right, and who was your favorite professor here at AU?
Dr. Jones was definitely one of my favorite professors here. She did a lot of those type of classes, and awesome person.
All right, and then what was your favorite non-athletic memory at
So I was, I was an RA here for 3 years as well too. So got to be involved with a lot of student life activities. Playing intramural sports. All of that side of campus, like the student life experience here, I think is really great. And so I don't know if there's one specific memory within that, but there's a lot of those that I remember, that having a great time with just people in the hall and enjoying the life here around campus.
All right, and then what is your favorite athletic memory here at AU?
Athletic memory, getting to, just spend time with my teammates, I think more than anything, and getting to, bond with them, whether it's, the younger years when you've got older guys that, really invest into you, or when you get to be that older player and get to take some of the young guys under your wing and build those relationships. I think those relationships with teammates are some of the things that I remember more than anything.
All right, and then kind of going into your time from AU stint to AU stint, that in between period, most of those being years at a very successful Concordia, Michigan program. So tell us about your coaching experience prior to taking this position.
Yeah, so leaving here, I got the opportunity to be a graduate assistant coach up at Concordia, and it was an awesome opportunity. The first head coach, who was also the athletic director, I got to work for there, is one of the best people around. And then the second head coach that I got to work for there, he's done an incredible job with that program as well too. And so getting to start out as a GA, getting to move into a full-time role as an assistant coach there, to the offensive coordinator position as well too, was really cool to see a lot of different parts of the program, get to have different roles within that too, and a program that was very young when we started it, and hadn't had a lot of success in the past, and to get to be a part of the transition, the climb up to success with conference championships, playoff runs, all that kind of stuff, was definitely a really cool experience.
And then so obviously, so you make the decision to become a head coach. It wasn't, it's usually not, the Anderson's open, I want to be a head coach. You make the decision before you start, then you kind of decide like schools and stuff. But when you made the decision for the head coach, but before picking your schools, what were some of the things from Concordia, Michigan, that you knew that you absolutely wanted to take into your role?
Yeah, most definitely. So the biggest thing that was established, I think, that led to a lot of success there was the culture of the program, and being able to build a great foundation. and you can't build that without really good people around. And so, that includes the coaching staff, any support staff, that includes the players. Like, we got to have good people here to be able to build that good culture. And then spending time every single day developing that and nurturing that culture and making sure that the atmosphere of how we do things here is, the right way and, the way that we want it to be. And so that was something that I think built a lot of success at Concordia that, wanted to, bring here. And, there's a lot of parts of the culture there that we're using here as well, too. And there's also some differences as well, but, really just making sure that that is good, every single day and that we're doing things the right way. And, if we take care of that, a lot of the other things are going to end up taking care of themselves.
Okay, and then the opportunity did open up for you to come back here, and then you took this position. What was kind of the selling point on you obviously liked it here, you're back again. What was it that made you want to come back?
Yeah, so when I left here and graduated, I knew I was going to come back at some point. It was just a place that I loved, that I knew that, hey, when the opportunity is right, and I know that, sometimes, the timing of everything, isn't maybe always how we plan, but God's got it, laid out for us. I knew at some point, though, I'd be back here, and, very thankful to get the opportunity to lead this program and hopefully lead it really well. And so when the opportunity, presented itself, it was something that initially, got really excited about, and then to get to go through the process of, interviewing for it was a really cool, just being back on campus, seeing some familiar faces that I'd known, before, some new faces as well too. But to get to take part in this athletic department, to be on this campus is something that I've been looking forward to for quite some time.
All right, that's awesome. Going into the next segment of questions. First, who is your biggest inspiration and why?
Biggest inspiration. So, I'd say it comes from a few different spots. There's definitely the personal aspect of, my family, my wife and kids, of, why I want to do what I do, and, to do things, really well to provide for them, and just, love on them and show them, how to, continue to grow and do a lot of great things. From the professional side of things, there's a lot of coaches that I look up to, some that I know, some that I don't know. The two head coaches that I got to work for at Concordia were role models in a lot of ways, showed a lot of, great things of how to do stuff. And some of the other coaches that I got to work with as, kind of co-workers there too, have had huge impacts on me. And then there's always the coaching role models that you never meet, but you have, and you just watch them from afar, whether they're professional coaches and things like that. And so I try to draw from a lot of different areas of people to, hopefully pour into me, and hopefully I can do the same for other people.
All right, and then what is your driving force / motivation?
That's a great question. I want to, I want to be the best at whatever I do, and there's a competitiveness, kind of in me that I think stems from playing all kinds of sports growing up, and then there's also the mentality of, I'm going to work harder than anybody else, and I'm not going to let anybody outwork me. And so I think the combination, of those two things definitely drives me every single day to make sure that there's not going to be anybody else out there that's going to outwork me, that's going to beat me at whatever it might be. And at the end of the day, we're trying to win everything. We're not always going to win, every single day, every single game, every single play. But to have that mentality, that's definitely what keeps me going.
All right, and then what is your favorite aspect about sports and why?
Yeah, I love from football specifically. There's so many things. Obviously sports in general. Across all sports, there's a lot of great lessons you can learn. And I think what I really enjoy about coaching is I love the sport of football, but more than that, the opportunity to pour into guys at our school. Whether it's our coaching staff, whether it's our team, just to be able to help them grow as a person. Whether that's within the area of their own leadership, character development, whether it's to grow as a football player, to grow closer in their relationship with God, however we can, do to help them grow. I think that's the coolest opportunity as a coach, is to have that close relationship, getting to spend so much time with these guys.
Okay, what are your favorite hobbies?
Favorite hobbies? I have football, and I have spending time with my family. That's about it.
Okay, what is a little known but amazing fact about yourself?
Oh man, I don't know if I have a good one.
You can just go little known, maybe.
Little known. Well, I guess I don't bring this up very much, given the circumstances. But Anderson was not the first school that I went to. I actually went to a school in our conference for one semester, and then transferred over here. So
Okay.
try to keep that on the down
Yeah.
low, around most people around here, though.
All right. And then did you play any other sports aside from football? at any
I
point?
did. So growing up, I played baseball and basketball. When I was little, t-ball, little league basketball, that kind of stuff. Through middle school, high school, wrestled and played lacrosse as well, and played football all the way through.
All right. And then aside from football, what would you say your favorite sport is?
I enjoy doing some like individual sports here and there. With my dad and stepmom, we play tennis. A little bit when we, kind of spend some time with them. Enjoy just kind of those more recreational sports. Those are fun. To watch. Just playing football or just watching football is kind of about all that I normally watch there. Used to be a little bit more into watching baseball. Just the time commitment. Don't have quite as much time for that anymore.
Right.
But yeah, definitely enjoy all those sports.
Okay, going into the next segment of questions, more of a lightning round type of portion. First, what is your favorite season?
Favorite season definitely would be football season. In the fall.
What is your favorite kind of pizza?
Favorite kind of pizza? I would like either. I'm a pretty simple guy. Cheese pizza is probably my favorite one.
All right. What is your favorite sports team?
Favorite sports team? Love the Denver Broncos.
Okay. Any draw on what got you into that?
Yeah. So my dad's whole side of the family is from Colorado, so we grew up
There you
big
go.
Broncos fans. Yeah.
All right. Do you have any pets? If so, what kind and what are the names?
I've never had a pet before. No animals in our house.
Okay. If you can invite 3 people to dinner, dead or alive, who would you invite?
So I think you definitely got to go Jesus. That's one where you
Okay.
can't not choose
Yeah.
that, right? And then I'd probably choose a couple football coaches that I'd love to pick their brain. Growing up, I loved Mike Shanahan. He's my favorite coach growing up. Bill Walsh, a guy that isn't alive anymore, but it revolutionized football in a lot of ways. I'd love to be able to talk with those guys.
Okay. List 3 words to describe yourself.
Definitely, hardworking. I think full of energy. That's more than I guess the word allotment at that point, but definitely, love to bring a lot of energy and competitive.
Okay, and then if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be?
I would love to go watch a Broncos game in Denver, one of their home games. That'd be awesome.
All right. Have you traveled outside of the country? If so, where?
I have in college over the summers. Took a couple mission trips to Mexico a few times, to Haiti once. Those were some pretty impactful trips. Definitely enjoyed doing that.
All right. What is your favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday? Love Thanksgiving. Food, football, family.
Yes.
It's about as good as it gets, right?
All right. What is your favorite professional athlete?
Growing up, I idolized John Elway. He was the quarterback of the Broncos when I was younger. He was definitely my favorite one.
Okay. I just thought of a follow up going back to your Thanksgiving. What's your staples food wise?
Gotta go. I could go both turkey and ham. Those are solid. Gotta love the side dishes: macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes. Love pie. Gotta have all kinds of pie. Cherry pie would be the number one for sure. Could definitely go apple or pumpkin as well though too.
Yep. Do you get what's your favorite of the foods?
Probably the pie. Yep.
I'd go. Let me see. Because there's the big 3 for me sidewise: mashed potatoes and gravy, stuffing,
Yep.
green
Stuffing.
bean casserole.
Absolutely. There you go.
I'd probably say stuffing's my favorite, but
Yes.
but pie definitely for sure. I'll have 3 or 4 different kinds usually.
You got to.
When you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up?
As soon as I figured out I wasn't going to be a professional football player, which happened pretty early on, I knew I wanted to be a football coach. So,
There you go.
Yeah, I went second grade, Halloween, went dressed as a football coach. So I think about that time I knew, all right, it's time.
All right. What is your favorite quote?
There's a lot of quotes that I love to share with our team. One that, it just always is in my mind it's a quote from Bill Walsh that champions behave like champions before they're champions. It takes a winning standard of performance before you're a winner. And, all that leads up to it. You don't just happen to be a champion or a winner. There's a lot of work. And so definitely that's one of my favorites.
Of course. What is your favorite food?
Favorite food? I would say, hamburgers. Those are hard to beat. That's about as good as it gets.
What are you putting on it?
Pretty simple, just cheese, ketchup, pickles. That's good enough for me.
All right. What is your favorite book?
Favorite book? I love a lot of coaching books, leadership books, and love reading from different pastors, things like that. One that I probably read every year, it's called The Score Takes Care of Itself from Bill Walsh as well too. That one's, before every season starts, I'm always going through that one.
All right. And then what is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Favorite ice cream flavor? Big cookies and cream guy, but I could go with pretty much any type of ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Now going into the final segment of questions for you being an alumnus, you have a there's the uniqueness where you come in, you already have some familiarity with the university and kind of its selling points.
Yeah.
So how are you selling Anderson University?
Yeah, so first off, I definitely can. One of the cool things is selling my own experience here. Being able to talk with recruits and say, I've stayed in these dorms, I've ate in this, cafeteria, I've been in that locker room, I've played on that field. Like I know what it's like, and I can give you that firsthand. And the reason I'm back here is because that experience was so impactful. But I think more than the things we do here, more than the stuff we have, the facilities we have, it's about the people that we have here, and we have a lot of really good people on this university. In our athletic department, the faculty and staff on the other side of campus, it's just, when you're surrounded by good people that love you, that want to pour into you and encourage you, there's no better place to be.
Okay, and then what is the coaching philosophy you're bringing into the program?
Yeah, most definitely. So as a coaching staff, we want to be able to, love and encourage and support all the guys on our team and help them to become the best that they could be. And that goes out on the football field, that goes just in life after football as well too, but we want to, establish, kind of our way of doing things, how we do things, that we call, the Raven way, and that's, that's our way. It doesn't mean it's right for everybody else, but it's right for how our program's going to do things, and it's to be a championship level program and to, kind of hold everybody to that standard. And so, we're excited about, building the foundation of that, continuing to build that over years to come, and, that's who we're going to be.
All right, and then what do you hope the program will accomplish?
There's definitely, I think, a lot of goals that could be short-term goals as well as long-term goals. To be a team that is, consistently competing, for championships is absolutely something that we're wanting to do. That being, something though that we don't always just want to focus on. We don't just want to focus on winning a championship or we've got to win this game, but the process of how we get there. We talk with our team. It's called the principle of the path. There's a path of whatever destination we want to go down. We've got to be moving in that direction. And so for us, the big focus is moving in the direction of being, a championship level program, and that comes with obviously winning games and doing that type of stuff. But it comes with doing things the right way and doing them our way. And so more than just focusing on beating a certain team or winning a certain game or a number of games, we want to focus on doing things the right way all the time.
Okay, and then kind of a extension to the same question. In this first year, what do you hope? What type of step forward are you looking out of the program?
Yeah, most definitely. We're going to be going into each week, and obviously each week it's awesome because it provides us a new challenge, a new opportunity with a different opponent, and we need to be able to go into each game with a plan of how we're going to win that game, a belief that we are going to compete and have the opportunity to win that game, and it's football. Not everybody gets to go undefeated every single year. Obviously, everybody wants to, be able to do that. But to go into each game believing that we can and having a great plan of how to win that game. And if we win, we're going to be really excited about that. But we've got to move on to a new challenge the very next week. If we don't meet that goal, we've got to be able to bounce back and meet that next challenge that next week. And so, just developing that competitive edge and that mindset to be able to say each and every week we're going in with a plan of how we're going to win this football game, and then next week we're coming right back with a new plan of how we're going to win that football game.
All right, and then finally, when someone comes across one of your student athletes, what are you hoping that comes to mind for those people?
Yeah, like about me and our staff just about our program.
Well, I guess staff too. So
yeah.
so like your staff, your student athletes, like what are you hoping out of just the reputation of the football program?
Yes, absolutely. I hope that everybody is able to see just by how we talk, just how we, operate, how we do things, that, we're doing things at a really high level, both from a production standpoint, but also just from, all the relationships we have within the dynamics of our team that spill out, into the campus community, that everything is going to be centered around loving one another, that the relationships are really important to us, and we're going to take those seriously, and we're going to actively love people around us within our team and outside, that there's respect and trust that goes with that as well too, that we're going to be a team full of energy that's going to have fun with each other, that's going to be, contagiously positive, again, within our team, that can spill out into our campus, and that's going to be doing things the right way at a really high level. I hope that, both in the words that our team uses, as well as, the actions that are seen, around campus on the field, I hope that those things are going to be seen by everybody.
All right, well, I think I've covered the questions I wanted to. Ravens fans, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to follow along with any more Spotlight Ravens series interviews, any more content we may put out on YouTube. And then Coach Coddington, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely, appreciate you having me on.